The DOT is using regulation through legislation on the farming community now. They are reclassifying all farming vehicles as commercial vehicles now, meaning the government can not only regulate the equipment, but forces the owners and anyone working on the farm to have a license comparable to that of a semi-tractor trailer driver. Now we could just get the Teamsters involved. Regulations and the paperwork would force the extinction of the family farm. Why would you do this? Why would you even think about doing this when all indications are that we are headed towards a food crisis? Why would you do this? We're moving closer to the global management of people and resources known as Agenda 21. Read about it now on the front page of The Blaze. That's got to be a conspiracy theory. I'm telling you, I can't get down to Texas fast enough. I was down in Texas, in Southlake, Texas, where we're moving our broadcast center, and I can't get down there fast enough. I have such a clear vision when I am out of this city and looking at this stuff every day. I look at this, what's happening with the farming, with Agenda 21. I can't play this game anymore. I can't sit here every single day and admire the problem. I can't sit here and tell you about these things because I just don't see any way to stop them. I don't see any way to stop them other than unplug from the system. You've got to unplug from the system, and you can't get frustrated. And what I do every day frustrates me. And contention, anger, fear is the dark side of the force. And when I was down in Texas last weekend, I felt like there were people, that I was surrounded by people that understood what was going on, and they were going to take care of their families and their neighbors first, and they were going to stand. They were going to stand and be a positive force. And I get angry about what is the lies that are being told in the media, and I just don't want to have anything to do with it anymore. I just don't want to have anything to do with it. We're going over to Israel in 2 weeks, and we again have come up with opposition of biblical stature on almost everything that we do. But I will tell you this. We have also found allies and friends and people that are so far beyond playing games. They're just. I was talking to somebody last night, again from Texas. Coincidence. He happened to reach out to us. I called him yesterday afternoon, and I said, I can't tell you how good it is to be around people who aren't playing politics. He's like, Glenn, right is right, wrong is wrong. Period. That's all it is. I said, where are you? Where are you calling from? And because he was such a standout individual. And he said, Southlake, Texas. I said, of course you are. Of course you are. We have to know that no matter how you play the game, these guys are so well financed and so well put together and so buttoned up. No matter what they say on the Tea Party won, they're lying to you. They're lying to you. Let me tell you some of the things that are in this in this new budget, and you tell me how this is going to work out. Additional borrowing authority would require another $1.5 trillion in cuts to be worked out. This is from MSNBC. $1.5 trillion in cuts to be worked out by a new congressional panel, which we'll get into here in a second, which must agree to those cuts by late November. If the panel deadlocks or can't come up with $1.2 trillion in cuts, remember, we couldn't get anybody to come up with more than $900 billion in cuts. If they can't come up with an additional $1.2 trillion in cuts, the Treasury would only get $1.2 trillion in additional borrowing authority. But the defense budget and the payments, listen to this, the defense budget and the payments to Medicare providers will be automatically cut by that amount. So let's look at this. We're in 3 wars. I'm telling you, please understand that Libya is going to blow up. It's just going to blow up into a full-fledged war. And we are entering the beginnings of what I believe is World War III. I hope I'm wrong. Please, Lord, in 5 years from now, I'll laugh with you. Everybody can point at me and laugh. Please make me wrong. But if you look at what's happening in Russia and the rest of the world, we are being set up, NATO and the West are being set up in Libya. It's not going to go better. Venezuela is now involved. Russia is now involved. Russia is already teaching their people, A, that we're parasites, and B, that we are costing Russia key strategic alliances in Libya and costing them money. And they're setting up to be on the other side. The Axis and allied forces are being aligned, but this time the Axis forces have all of the chips. They have all of the oil. They have all of the money. They're the ones who are being prepared. The West is the one that's being decimated. So, first, defense budget is the first to be cut. If they can't come up with these budgets, so all you have to do is have 6 people on that panel that say, no, I don't think we can find that. Nope. And the defense is gutted. Then you have Medicare being cut. No, not Medicare payments. Now listen to carefully. This is Medicare payments to providers. So in other words, your doctors won't get the money. Your doctor is going to be doing these things for free? Really? It'll almost make the world beg for Obamacare. It will throw our health care and our defense into crisis. Now, how are they going to pick the panel? This is the big Tea Party victory, by the way, gang. This is the one that everybody's celebrating. How are they going to pick the panel of the people who are going to decide? Stu, why don't you explain this one?
It's amazing. And of course, this panel, again, is the one that's going to figure out the cuts or tax increases. Guess which one they're going to lean to when I do tell you this. Anyone who votes against this bill is automatically barred from being on the committee. So all your friends like Mike Lee and Rand Paul and Jim DeMint and Ron Johnson, Pat Toomey, all the people, Marco Rubio, all the people who would do the things you'd want them to do inside of this committee can't be on it if they vote against it.
That is a trick. That is put a gun to your head. This is how they always get us. They always get us this way. You say, well, if you don't play ball, then you're going to... Don't play ball with these people. They are dishonest. Quite honestly, they are trying to blow up the United States of America. Don't tell me that the debt ceiling... The governments do not default. They print more money. They do not default. Show me the government in the history of the world that has defaulted. States can default because they don't have a treasury and their own currency. Show me the state that had a printing press that has ever defaulted. They don't default. It is a red herring. Now, they've put us into this false choice to where we have to do it. You have to do it right now. And then they've painted the Tea Party as evil. They're saying that a 5% cut is akin to collapsing this government. The only reason why they're doing that is they're trying to turn people against the Tea Party. They are trying to pin future problems onto the Tea Party. Then, on top of that, if that's not enough pressure for you, they come up with this deal that if you don't vote for it, you can't be on that panel. Fine. Don't do Do not dishonor yourself by standing with these people and voting for something this crooked and dishonorable. Don't do it. Stand in the protection of divine providence. Stand in the blaze. If you dishonor yourself, you're in trouble, and it's not going to work out well. The only thing we have is honor and integrity and the truth. That's all we have. The only thing we have on our side. Look, every time you think you might be, okay, well, all right, you realize, you get to the end of it and you realize, oh my gosh, I've been played. Look, they have the greatest minds. Please don't give me this excuse that, oh, well, they don't know what they're doing. Oh, Obama's just stupid and they're just misguided. No, they're not. They're brilliant. They are absolutely brilliant. Have respect for your adversary. They're brilliant. They're not misguided. They're not stupid. They're not foolish. They're brilliant. Every time you think you can make some progress, you realize they have blocked the way, and it works into their favor. A year and a half ago, I said, everything works in their favor, don't you see? Any kind of strife, any kind of trouble, any kind of just delays, anything. It all works in their favor. Here is a prime example of it. Because we continue to play the game and we continue to care. We continue to care about what the media says. We continue to give the media any kind of weight. Stop giving them weight. Stop.